Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the AM Report for Haps News, the network of now. Sorry for the technical difficulties on the earlier stream, but we are back. We are live, and it is December 31st, New Year's Eve. My God, is it possible that it's true that today, finally, 2020 will come to an end? What a way to celebrate the end of the year, but to have my guest this morning, Brad Bailey. He is a freelance journalist who's on the ground in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to talk about the Senate runoff elections there. We're going to cover today's top headlines, all of this and more on the AM Report. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Welcome to the AM Report. I'm Alex Mahajer. If you're watching on the Haps app, website, or platform, click the award button. Let us know you're enjoying it. Or if you're watching on Facebook, Reddit, Periscope, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you might be watching the program, leave us a comment and we'll bat around live on air. We've got a lot of people joining this morning. Good morning already to Peter Bittner from Seattle. We've got Lucia from Santo Domingo. Peter saying, you're back. Yay. Yes, we had a little bit of a technical glitch this morning. It does happen, but we are back. Super Heart Award from Lucia. Thank you. If you give us an award, it'll pop up right here during the broadcast. And if you leave a comment, we can read it live on air. I want to bat around with you. So we got a lot of comments joining and people joining from all over the world. Thank you for joining this morning. We've got some headlines to cover before I welcome Brad Bailey to the program. First, Mitch better have my money. Pay me what you owe me. Mitch McConnell, Senate Majority Leader, has single-handedly killed the $2,000 direct aid payments. He has said, as yesterday, he said that there's, quote, no realistic path for the Senate to pass a standalone bill that expands direct stimulus payments to $2,000, and he effectively killed it with no justification or reason. He has not explained why, but there it is. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell does not want you to have $2,000 payments. And Georgia, I hope you are listening. This is what you have in store for you with the GOP leadership in the Senate. So remember the 6th of January, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. Senator Josh Hawley, I really still don't know how to say it, announced yesterday that he will object to certifying the election results when Congress meets on January 6th to certify the Electoral College results. Just the day after the Senate runoff election in Georgia. So, hey, Georgia, I hope you're listening. This is what you get with a Senate GOP leadership. And a lot of people already criticizing this. I will say that some of his colleagues have taken issue with this. Nebraska Senator Ben Sasse has spoken out against him and this move in an article for the Washington Post this morning, calling it a dangerous ploy that harms democracy. And I agree with him. So Ben Sasse, his colleagues, speaking some sense to him. Either way, this isn't really expected to change the outcome of the election, but it's what is going on. What is the holdup? We're moving at a glacial pace with U.S. vaccine distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine. Right now, only 3.05 million people have been vaccinated, which is far short of the 20 million Americans being vaccinated that we had hoped for by the end of today, by the end of the year. The U.S. death toll is now 341,000. U.S. public health officials are saying that they are recommending we isolate, quarantine, socially distance this New Year's, that we not congregate. So please, as President-elect Joe Biden has said, steel your spines. Let's get through this next few months as this vaccine gets distributed. Also note that this glacial pace of the distribution is because of Operation Warp Speed, the ridiculous name for the federal agency that's responsible for distributing the vaccine, has sort of dropped the ball. And they are now letting this sort of fall on the states to decide how to distribute the vaccine. They haven't created a coordinated plan on how they were going to actually do this. Shocker. So all of that is what we're looking at as we go into this runoff election in January 5th for the control of the Senate. And with me to joining me today to discuss this is Brad Bailey. He is a freelance journalist based in Georgia. and he has been on the ground there observing the comings and goings and all of the latest news. Please welcome to the program, Brad Bailey.
Hello there, Alex. Good morning. I hope all is well to you out there in California. It's a nice rainy day here in I'm in South Georgia, actually. I'm in a town called Americus right now, which is Jimmy Carter, actually, sort of the area that Jimmy Carter sort of grew up in and actually still lives in, Plains, Georgia, which is right down the road, actually. So it's the heart, one of the heart of Georgia in lots of ways. So
I was on the ground actually in Georgia right ahead of the November 3rd election. I went to Fulton County to check out the lines and report on a little bit of the early vote. And so here we are now. You're on the ground out there in South Georgia. What are your early observations of the state of this race?
Well, I've been here since the general election, and it's my first sort of foray was when I saw Jon Ossoff. I went to see Jon Ossoff in Albany, Georgia, around mid-November, and it was just it was a modest turnout, but it was a very enthusiastic turnout, especially among African Americans in Albany and Dougherty County. And that area is what is known as the Black Belt, one of the Black Belts of, which is a term coined by Booker T. Washington in the last century, but sort of explains the sort of large swath of counties in the South that are predominantly African American. And they sort of go from Texas to Georgia. And in Georgia, those areas are in the southern and central part of the state, which have a significant, almost 40% African American population. And so I've been crisscrossing mostly the southern part of the state, even though I've been tending to all parts of the state, about some of the issues that people are dealing with. And I've been with, I think, 3 of the 4 candidates so far. I've